When the hell did everything become a priority? My name is Dr. Shanta Smith, and I help my clients win in life and in business. And today I want to share with you a book that I read every year. This is probably my sixth year reading this book, and it is called Essentialism by Mckeown. It is like absolutely one of my favorite books because it's something I can come back to every year to get a new nugget that I want to work on, because it's not about reading books, of which I do read a lot. It's really about how do we apply these things to our life? How do we use them to become better personally and professionally? And so I just want to share three of my top takeaways for this book, Essentialism. And I think number one that I really began to master through necessity last year, and really double down on it this year, is this idea that just because you were invited to a meeting does not mean you need to attend. And that really was thought provoking and really challenged me to really sit and think, why am I sitting in these meetings being angry because I know I have a million other things to do? Why the hell am I here? And if you've ever asked yourself, why are you sitting in a meeting, that probably means you didn't need to be there. And especially when you know that your contributions could be used somewhere else and be more meaningful and more helpful to you to move your business, to move your organization forward. So that one, I just started declining invitations, and it just was so freeing and so powerful. It's like, I feel good about not going to this meeting. Why? Because I have other work that I need to be doing. And only thing that I'm doing sitting in this meeting is being mad that I'm here. So I probably shouldn't go, because I'm not going to be making a meaningful contribution. And any employer, of course, they want you to be making meaningful contributions, right? So that's where I put my time and energy into what is important, and showing up where I know that my voice is needed to be in the conversation, or I have something to contribute, but not as an accessory. Like, I'm not just an accessory to the meeting to show up as the Black girl at the meeting so that we can have our diversity quota. All right, moving on. Uh, Second quote in this book that is powerful is really about this idea of priorities. And this book talks about how the word used to be prioritize, and it was singular. And because how can you have a million priorities? And I know we've seen this personally and professionally. You cannot chase 1,000 rabbits. You cannot take on every new initiative. You have to be clear about what it is that you want. You need to decide. And the word decide, the Latin root means to kill off. To decide means to cut off. And so, like, you got to cut some things off and really decide what it is that is important, and then really tackle those things. Everything can't be a priority in your life nor in your professional world. You have to choose. A lot of times, especially in my industry of education, I hear it all the time when I work with clients. It's like, we have the powers that be have made so many initiatives. They have so many things going. People can't be clear on what you want and can't get clear on what it is important, because everything can't be important. So if every year you're changing initiatives, if every year they don't see the connection or the thread through line through how these things all relate to each other, people are not going to buy in, which hampers your bottom line, and it really messes up with morale and engagement. And so really, it's just, how do we become better personally about not overcommitting, not saying yes to everything, and also professionally, like, what is important, establishing what is important. Number three, it leads me to my number 3 point, which is about if it's not a clear yes, then it's a no. So really, again, everything can't be important. So what are you saying yes to, and what are you saying no to? Getting clear on those things. What is the criteria that we're using to establish what is important, and then say yes, to those things based upon some clear criteria, based upon what you've established as important. Because when you say yes to something, you know that you're also saying no to other things. And when you say no to something, you want it to be the things of lesser importance, the things that are not adding value, the things that are not going to be a high return on your investment, whether that's in your personal life, right? Whether it's people that are not adding value or professionally. So those are my favorite things and ideas from this book, Essentialism. I highly recommend it for you so that you can grow something that has that personal and professional crossover for your personal and professional development. Because guess what? You show up personally in your life the same way you show up at work. You're the same person. You take you wherever you go. I got that from my mother years ago. And so I want you to show up at your best. All right. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll chat with you later.